On a bright Saturday afternoon, a small town gathered to witness what many believed was the start of a beautiful new chapter. The church doors opened, soft music filled the air, and the bride stepped forward in a flowing white dress. She smiled as she walked down the aisle, her eyes fixed on the man waiting for her. Family members wiped away tears of joy. Friends whispered about how perfect everything looked. That day, she said, "I do," unaware that it would be the final celebration of her life. The bride, Lauren Mitchell, name used for storytelling, was 28 years old and widely loved in her community. She was known for her calm spirit, dedication to her work, and the way she always made time for the people she cared about. Marriage had been something she looked forward to for years. To those closest to her, the wedding felt like a reward for her patience and perseverance. The ceremony was followed by a joyful reception filled with laughter, dancing, and heartfelt speeches. Lauren's mother spoke about watching her daughter grow into a woman of strength. Friends joked about inside memories from college days. Her husband held her hand throughout the evening, smiling proudly. When the night ended, the newlyweds left surrounded by cheers and camera flashes, heading into what everyone assumed would be a peaceful married life. Sunday passed quietly. According to neighbors, the couple stayed indoors most of the day. No loud arguments were reported, no visible disturbances, nothing that hinted at trouble. Lauren sent a few short messages to friends, thanking them for attending the wedding and promising to share photos soon. Everything seemed normal, if not slightly subdued, as the excitement of the wedding gave way to rest. But by Monday morning, concern began to build. Lauren did not arrive at work. She had not called in. Her phone went straight to voicemail. Coworkers initially brushed it off, assuming she had taken an extra day to recover from the busy weekend. Still, as the hours passed, the silence became unsettling. Lauren was dependable. She always communicated. This absence felt wrong. By midday, family members attempted to reach her. Text messages went unread. Calls remained unanswered. Anxiety began to spread through those who loved her. A close relative decided not to wait any longer and drove to the newlyweds' home. What they found would mark the beginning of a devastating investigation. Inside the house, the atmosphere was eerily still. Some items were out of place. The calm that had followed the wedding was gone, replaced by a sense that something had gone terribly wrong. Lauren was discovered inside the home, unresponsive. Emergency services were called immediately, but it was clear she had already passed away. The news shattered the community. Just 2 days earlier, the same people now gathering outside the house had been clapping and celebrating. The bride who had smiled for photos and danced with her loved ones was suddenly gone. Social media filled with wedding pictures alongside messages of disbelief. "This can't be real," many wrote. "We just saw her." Law enforcement arrived and quickly secured the scene. Investigators began piecing together Lauren's final hours. The sudden timing of her death raised immediate questions. There were no signs of forced entry, which suggested she had been with someone she trusted. The focus naturally turned to those closest to her. As the investigation unfolded, more details emerged about the days leading up to the wedding. Friends revealed that while Lauren appeared happy, she had also been under stress. Planning the wedding had been overwhelming. There were moments when she seemed emotionally exhausted, though no one suspected anything dangerous. To outsiders, it looked like normal pre-wedding pressure. Authorities conducted interviews, examined phone records, and reviewed messages. The house was searched thoroughly. Every detail mattered, from the placement of objects to the timeline of phone activity. The contrast between the joyful wedding and the grim crime scene made the case even more haunting. An autopsy was ordered to determine the cause of death. While officials remained careful about releasing information, they confirmed that Lauren's death was not natural. This confirmation turned grief into outrage. The question on everyone's mind became painfully simple. What happened between Saturday and Monday? As days passed, vigils were held in Lauren's honor. Candles flickered beside framed wedding photos. Friends spoke about her kindness, her laughter, and the dreams she never got to fulfill. Her family struggled to understand how a moment meant to symbolize love and commitment ended in such loss. The investigation continued, moving slowly but deliberately. Detectives followed leads, cross-checked statements, and searched for inconsistencies. The home that had briefly symbolized a new beginning became the center of a tragic mystery. For many in the community, the case served as a sobering reminder of how quickly life can change. A wedding dress carefully chosen, vows spoken with hope, plans made for a future that never came. In less than 72 hours, everything Lauren had looked forward to was gone. She was just starting her life, one friend said quietly during a vigil. She didn't even get a chance. Today, Lauren's story remains a painful example of how celebration can turn into sorrow without warning. Her final weekend, meant to be the happiest of her life, became a timeline investigators would study piece by piece. She said, "I do" on Saturday. By Monday, she was gone.